lead it 5-0.
Kenny, I would say this is going to be a goal for Domi again because I believe it hit the Blues defenseman sliding there. Pronger was caught on the play, so I believe Finley deflected this one through the pads of Roman Turek. That's going to be it for Turek, as it's been a long night for him. A lot of shots, a lot of good scoring opportunities by the Leafs, so it's going to be Johnson in. But here, Domi coming down. You'll see Finley's going to slide. As this is what the defense want to do for the Blues. This is what they're told to do on a 2-on-1. You slide. And this one did not get to Antropov there. As you see, Turek was reaching for it and deflected off Finley and somehow found its way underneath Roman Turek. We see it from this angle. You'll see deflected there. Antropov just missed it. Roman Turek tried to react to it. It ended up just going between his pads into the back of the net.
Well, the Blues in their first 22 games allow only 39 goals and give up 5 here. And here's Gary Roberts shooting the puck in. On with Tucker and Corson. Hanzus, a pass for Dimitra. Roberts intercepts. So does Dimitra. Gets the puck quickly from Hanzus. Pass down the left wing. Dimitra back to McInnes. He can't make a play, and here comes Toronto. This is Roberts. Former Flame and Hurricane. Dumps the puck in. Corson there quickly. Centers. Salvador goes down. Johnson casually plays the puck. Dimitra avoids a check. And at center ice, Hanzus stopped. Here's Darcy Tucker. Ahead for Corson out of his reach. And this is Bryce Salvador. Ty Domi gets his second of the night. And the Leafs fifth. There's Alan McInnes as the teams are changing on the clock. Far side, Steve Thomas will take over and blast the puck in. Now the puck tipped out by Eastwood. Hoagland over for Sundin. Barteshko stays with him. And here's Salvador. Brett Johnson again is taken over for Roman Turek. Eastwood now to Mayers. Puck gets away. He and Cabriolet after it. Cabriolet. Jamal Mayers there. Now Eastwood out to have it off. A shot right on a glove save by Curtis Joseph, and he'll hold on to stop play.
Curtis Joseph, an easy save there. He's not been tested a lot. We look at Brent Johnson's record. Goals against average, best in the league, 1.51. But the Blues defense has not been good tonight, Kenny, by any means. It seems that the Leafs are just coming in waves here. Another chance here. The Blues just seem to be back checking. They're just chasing in, and no one's covering the points at all. You see right there in the middle, you got 3 wingers coming back. Everybody's getting dumped to the front of the net, and it seems like back to the points there, no one's covering the points, and the Leafs are getting a ton of shots by the point men.
The goal, Ty Domi, his 6th, 5-0. First time the Blues have allowed 5 goals this season. 2:54 the time of the Domi goal, and Andropov and Yaskevich assisting. And Curtis Joseph, of course, working on another shutout. He shut out the Blues once this season at 0-0 tie. At Savas center, Mayers has the puck knocked away. Korolev to Perreault, partial break, he's in, and the shot knocked away by Johnson. Now the puck centered again, tipped away, and here come the Blues to center ice. It's Eastwood with Barteshko to the net, goes having off the shot, gloved by Joseph, and the Leafs goaltender will hold on to stop play, and the Leafs getting opportunity after opportunity.
No lie there, Kenny. And this one, another one, this time a breakaway by Perreault. It seems that right from the opening faceoff, we locked Hoagland in the first period, had a breakaway. But here, right here, the Blues stripped of the puck. You'll see Perreault going up the middle of the pass, and he's home free. A good save right there by Brent Johnson. Just get that left shoulder on it. But man, oh man, has there been scoring chances. No, good scoring chances. Something that is we're not used to seeing Kenny at all. Maybe one a game of good scoring chances.
And Pronger scores off the face-off. Chris Pronger, and the Blues get their first goal. That's number 4 on the season for Pronger.
Blues finally get something going right. As again, right off the face-off, the Blues are the face-off. This was a knuckleball. Curtis Joseph didn't really pick it up there because McCabe was kind of screening him. You see where Joseph is right back inside the net. He couldn't react fast enough. As the puck came back to Pronger, he just blasted it. And finally something good has gone right for the Blues.
Now the Blues have over 15 minutes left to play. Now Nash gets hooked, and the Blues will move on the power play. You don't think, do you? No. Could you come back from a 5-0 deficit in the third period?
I don't know. I don't like the looks of it, Kenny, but you just never know. With this hockey club, we've seen them bounce back so many times in the last couple of years. Chris Pronger, we're going to look at this goal again. You can see the puck bouncing a little bit there as it comes back. And there, I believe, because it was kind of a knuckleball, and McCabe even moved his stick up there. I think that was what caused Curtis Joseph to react a little bit different. He couldn't pick it up the puck as quickly as the stick was in front of his face, and I think that's why it ended up going in.
Real turning point in this game was at 9:46 in the second period when Gary Roberts took that double minor for roughing. The Blues were down 2-0. Looked like they'd get a chance for a goal or two. Skirmish with Pronger. He ends up in the box. A penalty to Drake, and that really turned the tide.
It did, Kenny, and then there was a lucky goal. That's the same shoot, 4-on-4, as when Sundin just bounced that one, somehow went up in the end and landed on the back of Roman Turk and went in.
So the Leafs pick up a penalty. The shot by Pronger, and that's deflected away. McInnes at the near point with a bouncing puck. The penalty, and Andropov, a hooking call. Now Dimitrov feeds behind the net to Hesh. Juskevich in his way. Cave feeds the puck ahead to Tucker. He can't go anywhere. And then Corson flings the puck the length of the ice, and 4 fresh penalty killers out for Pat Quinn's Maple Leafs. 5-1 Blues trail. 14:15 to go in the third. The shots, believe it or not, are even. Here's Hesh. He's in. He shoots. Joseph makes the save. Well, the Blues get a goal here, and it really gets not really interesting, but it keeps your interest a little bit. Now Toronto shorthanded. Hoagland works in. Plays the puck back to center ice to Manson. Now the Blues, actually, as the Leafs are offside, are out shooting Toronto 25-24, but his shots do not always tell the story. Let's tell you about the Blues toy drive to benefit Toys for Tots this Saturday. Florida will be at Savvis Center. We hope you'll bring a toy or make a monetary donation to Toys for Tots as you enter Savvis Center, and everyone who chips in will have the opportunity to win an authentic autographed Chris Pronger jersey. For more information, there's a number to call, 314-622-2527. Very good cause this Saturday, Savvis Center. Blues have 53 seconds remaining in their man advantage. They're trailing at 5-1. Markov. Hill keeps the puck in, feeds in the corner. That's Drake slowed up. Drake, Young, and Barteshko on the power play to Hill. Oh, and he fans. He'll slow up Korolev. Brent Johnson comes out, gives the puck to Hill. He misses it. And Falk flips it in, and Havanoff will go back for it. Here's Alexei Havanoff. Havanoff, Ed Manning. Barteshko gets the puck to Drake. Dallas Drake. Back to the point to Hill. Now to Drake. Out front of the net is Young. Here's Barteshko. Oh, Havanoff! He scores! Alexei Havanoff! And now the Blues, after dropping behind 5-0, have come back with a pair of goals to trim the Leafs lead to 5-2.
Nice goal, backdoor by Havanoff, sneaking in from the left point. The Blues finally again, now Kenny, they're getting some momentum. I don't know if it's too little too late, but a nice play here. You'll see backdoor Barteshko just waits, and Havanoff coming in from the far side, able to just chip this underneath Curtis Joseph. But a great play by Barteshko as he slid that right across through the crease. And you see Havanoff there coming in right there. What a beautiful pass. Good play by Havanoff, and the Blues cut the lead to 3.
That is the second of the season for Havanoff. Remember, his first was an empty netter. Now the Leafs back at full strength. 13 minutes to go. The puck squirts past Mayers. Here's a long pass by Peter Swoboda. It's deflected. There's no icing. Brent Johnson fires the puck over Domi by Swoboda. Here's Eastwood, 2-on-1 with Mayers. Haberle back in front for Mayers. And he deflects the puck over the net. Unfortunately for the Blues, the original pass was deflected. Now here's Mayers. Beating ahead for Barteshko. Swoboda bumps him. And the centering effort hits the side of the net. Haberle for Toronto. Gets the puck in front to Swoboda. On the left wing to Berezin. Sergei Berezin for the Leafs. Heads into the corner, can't center against Finley. Here's Barteshko, just clearing the puck out. Yashkevich for Toronto as the Blues change. Over here to Brian McCabe. He'll just tap the puck into the corner. Low and Domi have already had a fight. McInnes trying to clear. McCabe without a stick kicks the puck ahead. The Blues break out. Poked away. Offside. Delayed call. Conroy moves in, but he's offside. Actually low offside. Conroy made that extra move. 11:50 to go in the third. The Blues trail it 5-2.
1 second shutting out the Blues. You mentioned that they had the overtime shutout earlier in St. Louis. Roman Turek gets pulled, but that's just a mercy pulling. I mean, Joel Quenneville's not thinking, well, Brent Johnson can get in there and win this game for us.
No, he's just changing goalies to give Turek a little relief. He didn't expect to change things. We know that, not when you're down 5-0. But Toronto takes that penalty, and you say to yourself, well, it's 5-2. With this little time left, no chance in the world. But it's a little interesting. You need help still. Toronto has to play poorly. They have to take a dumb penalty. All of that has to happen yet to really have any chance. We're not at the old baby level yet at 5-2.
We're at the, oh, that's a nice goal at this point,
Yeah,
not at the old baby level.
That's right.
Although you were kind of like a hockey Karnak. With 15 minutes left to go in this game, you said after the Blues scored their first goal, well, you know, is there a comeback possible? Were you serious, or were you just, toying with Bernie?
I think because the Blues are so good, you always have that in your mind. And we talked about the game in L.A., 4-0, third period, they come back and get 4. They can play well enough. But to think they could be as bad as they were, and Toronto's so great and get a total flip-flop, hard to imagine. But now at 5-2, you're wondering if they'll get a break or two.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. We pick up the action still in the third period. Blues trailing Toronto 5-2.
The man on your right, Ty Domi, has had a career night. He has 2 goals. He also fought Reed Lowe, the man on the left of your screen. And a little height and weight differential there. Ty Domi only 5'10", 200. Reed is 225 pounds, 6'3".
Now the Blues with some pressure. They're down 5-2, and there'll be a penalty here against Corson. To the bench goes Johnson, Dimitra, and Yashkevich there. And as Yashkevich touches the puck, Shane Corson will take a holding penalty. So Pronger scores at 4:51. Havanoff, a power play goal at 6:53 to get the Blues relatively back in the game.
Kenny, what is Shane Corson thinking here? Watch this. I mean, you grab a guy and then tackle him. That's football. That's not hockey. And then he looks at the referee like, that's not a penalty. How is that not a penalty? So the Blues now all of a sudden, Kenny, this is an excellent opportunity. If they cut it to 5-3, we're still going to have 10 minutes to go here, and they'll only be down by 2.
Enough to make even a pessimistic person optimistic.
Yes, absolutely.
Blues coach Joel Quenneville. There's Chris Pronger, who has a goal. Ty Domi, Bernie mentioning, with 2 goals and an assist. Domi's first ever 3-point game. Now back to the point. Here's McInnes over to Pronger. Back to McInnes. A shot. He scores! Oh, baby! 5-3 Toronto. And the Blues have their second power play goal of the period. And that'll quiet an already quiet crowd.
Now, how big is that 5th goal seem right now for Toronto, too? But this is just overpowering. The Blues win the face-off. That's what's important. And McInnes is going to get this pass back from Pronger and just blast this through traffic. I think that Curtis Joseph probably should have had that. He didn't square up to the shot here. He tried to catch that. You see he's right in the center of the net, and he's not even square to the shooter. That's why it went in. So we have an interesting game now.
Now we have a game. Now here come the Blues again. Here's Dimitra. A shot off the glove of Joseph. Sundin falls down. Blues keep the puck in. Jochen Hesch flips it wide of the net. Caberlet. The goal for McInnes, his 5th. So 2 more power play goals for the Blues. Hanzus looks for help. Over skates, gets the puck to Hesch. He'll send it deep. Still 10:50 to go. The Blues trailing at 5-3 after being down 5-0 just minutes ago. Hoagland clears the puck out. This is Jeff Finley on the wing to Hesch and back to Pronger as both teams are changing. Pronger sends the puck to Havanoff. He'll give it back to Pronger. The goal at 8:37. McInnes is fifth, third on the power play. Pronger and Hanzus assisting. So the Blues, in less than 4 minutes, get 3 goals. Now they're down to 10:15 to play. Leafs clear the puck out. Alexei Havanoff will go back. Toronto is changing. Havanoff and Hill, Drake, Turgeon, and Young. Now Havanoff leaves the puck for Hill. Here's Sean Hill, well-traveled defenseman. Flips the puck out. Drake gloves it down, shoots it in. Joseph leaves it for Yashkevich. Drake seals the puck. Gives it to Turgeon. Wrapper on attempt, batted away. And Darcy Tucker takes over. On with Corson and this man, Gary Roberts. His pass for Corson tipped away. Brent Johnson taking over from Roman Turek after the score got to 5-0. The centering pass fails to reach Roberts, who battles with Eastwood, who gives the puck to Hill. He's got Young up ahead of him and then just shoots the puck off the glass. Yashkevich back and centers to McCabe. He'll advance the puck, but it's tipped in by Tucker, and both clubs are changing. 9:12 to go in the third. McInnes for the Blues, who trail by 2. Long shot. Oh! And that Tess Joseph rebound, and the shot goes just wide by Eastwood, who's down on the ice behind the net. Manson trying to clear. McInnes keeps the puck in. Barteshko. A pass off the boards for Eastwood against Korolev. Eastwood centers and unable to get his stick down. Mayers now in front. Little backhander by Barteshko. Mayers a backhander wide. And Markov to Perreault at center ice to Berezin. Back now for Korolev. In front for Berezin. Out of his reach. Here's Yannick Perreault centering off the skate of McInnes. Toronto changing, so are the Blues. Knocked down on the play. Korolev, no call. The Blues, Salvador gets the puck ahead, and the Blues are absolutely flying. Conroy trying to cut in, can't against Camerlock. Then here's Tyson Nash. Nash with a puck. Centers tipped away. Low shot. And that's blocked. Blocked by Swoboda. Leafs clear the puck away. The Blues here now, Bernie, after dropping behind 5-0, look like the Leafs in a different uniform. Low, over to Conroy. Gotta read Low. Back for Conroy to Tyson Nash. Pronger in front. Out to the point. Jeff Finley a shot. And that's blocked by Caberlet. Falk backhands the puck down the ice. Pronger will race after it. Beats Hoagland to it. Both teams are changing. Boy, how things can change.
Wow, the game is totally opened up now. We're back and forth.
Which, when you need goals, is helpful.
Yes.
You don't want to get in a tight checking game till you're down by 2. Then McCabe takes a dive. No call. 7:20 remaining. In the corner. Hoagland takes over, whips the puck behind the net. Now the Leafs, the last couple of shifts, have had a little more jump. And that play is offside. The puck comes out, shot in offside. Blues trail it 5-3, 7:11 remaining in the third period.
Point, Candy, you can tell the Blues smell it.
Yeah, they're coming on, but at 7:11 to go, down by 2, I don't like my chances very well. Certainly you're enthused at that point, and you've got a chance. But boy, to get 2 goals on the road with 7:11 left, I don't think so. But the game is at least interesting. But you ask, you know, as a broadcaster, think about it as a coach or a player or a broadcaster or a fan. First 2 periods, terrible. Worst performance of the season by the Blues. Even at this point, it's going to be a bad loss at 5-3. So most of the night, you're saying, we're going to be out of here in 20 minutes, and this is a bad loss. But things keep happening and happen in very good fashion for the Blues.
2 things that struck me quickly. Shane Corson, really, really bad penalty. And secondly, that flurry around the 9-minute mark, when the Blues don't score, you think to yourself, there was the opportunity to get back in the game.
Right, you've got to keep thinking that Toronto's going to play better here. They don't have far to go. You think they'll tighten up. They get a timeout here for television. They'll regroup a little bit. They're holding all the cards at this point.
Well, we'll take you back to the third period. About 7 minutes left. Blues down 5-3.
After a spotting Toronto a 5-0 lead. The Blues have scored the last 3 goals in the last about 8 minutes, and they're making this game interesting.
The Blues getting 2 on the power play. They got the 3 goals in a span of 3 minutes 46 seconds, and the Blues have 6 of the 7 scoring chances here in the third period. Ty Domi scored early in the period, and then the Blues have responded. Joseph leaves the puck for Yaskevich. He's on defense with McCabe. Tucker taken down. The puck deflects down the ice. No icing. Under 7 minutes to go. The shots favoring the Blues 28-24. If nothing, they're saving some face here. Well, when you've come this far, it'd be nice to get another goal and really make it interesting.
One would just do that, too, because all of a sudden you get a chance to pull your goalie.
Drake runs into McCabe, and then the Leafs send the puck down the ice. Havanoff back to touch it, and an icing call against Toronto. Then Tucker having words with Havanoff with 6:28 to go in the third period. After the game, we have college basketball for you. We'll go out west. Gonzaga will take on 5th-ranked Arizona from the Pac-10. So Gonzaga moves up a step. They'll see what they can do with the Wildcats of Arizona. Only on Fox Sports Net coming up after our game.
Bench is still got to be feeling a lot more excited game than they were just about 10 minutes ago. But it's interesting. Toronto playing right into the way the Blues want to play. They want to keep this open right now. The Leafs should be trying to check real tight, not letting any scoring opportunities, but instead they're just playing wide open. It's like a shinny game that we've got going out here, and the Blues, that favors them when you're down by 5 goals.
Here's Al McInnes. He fans on the pass. The Leafs break out. Here's Steve Thomas with Jonas Höglund. Höglund can't work in. Loose puck in the corner. Dimitri doesn't see it initially. Then can't clear. Then intercepting is Jesus ahead for Hesht. He'll take a bad angle shot wide. And at this point in the game, down by 2, any shot's a good shot. Here's Al McInnes. Blues home, of course, Saturday night against Florida, home again next Tuesday against Anaheim, and then Saturday, December 9th against Chicago. So 3 in a row at home for the Blues after this game here in Toronto. Dimitri, quick pass in front. Hansen scores! I don't believe it! 5:40 to go, and the Blues have come back to within 1. How about this comeback?
Kenny, this is unbelievable, and you just don't know with this hockey club. That's how good they are, and it's like night and day. But what a play by Dimitri to the middle, and this one here to Jesus, and again, you see where Joseph is. He's right back underneath the crossbar, and there, look at the bench's reaction there. They probably can't believe it, but these guys really do believe in themselves, and there's no question here. A big goal there. Joseph, again, not in good position there, Kenny. And this is just a good goal-scoring goal here, just chipping towards the net. You never know what's going to happen. All of a sudden now, still 5:40 to go, and it's a 1-goal game.
Does changing goalies at 5-0 by Joel Quenneville really make him a genius?
I think he was giving Roman a rest because it's been a night and day. Roman, the scoring chances were all going one way, not the other. And now they've all of a sudden reversed with a goal by Pronger. Now things have changed the other direction.
So Jesus gets the goal. Dimitri gets an assist. And so does Finley. Here's Young. The shot headed wide, caught and held by Curtis Joseph. So early in the season, the Blues were down 4-0, earned a 4-4 tie in Toronto. Down 5-0 here in Toronto in the third. Now down by a goal with 5:16 to go in regulation.
Ken, as improbable as his comeback is, and we keep talking about it as we watch it, no, this can't be happening again, but at what point in this game, or was there ever a point in the game where you thought Toronto's now on the ropes? I mean, we're talking 5-2, there's no game. 5-3, Toronto's going to win this thing. 5-4, does Toronto start to tighten up a little bit? Did you sense that at all on the ice?
Well, you kept sensing that they should, as Bernie pointed out, as I suggested a moment ago, they should just sit back, play a nice defensive brand of hockey for a few minutes, and they win the game. But they kept getting more on their heels. And to the Blues' credit, when the Blues go and play their best, there's no team in the league that's going to contain them. And, of course, Toronto's spinning out in the wrong direction. So at 5-4, you know, now the clock's the big enemy. Can the Blues do it? And as play will resume here, you know, time kind of saunters down a little bit, and you're thinking, well, okay, great comeback. they're going to lose 5-4. But of course, we know differently.
Well, time marches on and will march on. We'll show you the rest of the third period right now.
Our Little Haven autographed jersey night, Saturday the 9th, Chicago in. Blues wives and girlfriends selling scratch and win cards at the game for $1 each if you're a winner. After the game, you'll meet your selected Blues player, and you'll personally have an autograph of a new game-authentic Blues jersey. All proceeds benefiting Our Little Haven, the St. Louis residential treatment home for neglected, abused, drug-exposed, or HIV-impacted children from birth to 5. There's a shot by Young, stopped by Curtis Joseph. The Blues getting 4 goals in 9 minutes and 29 seconds to come back from a 5-0 deficit. They're down by a goal, 5 minutes remaining, and the Leafs are offside at the St. Louis blue line. Hanzus from Dimitra and Finley, the 4th goal at 14:20.
We'll take a quick look at them all. Here, the first one, and Chris Pronger, a knuckleball that curved in. Beautiful power play goal. Havanoff sneaking in from the left point. A McKinnis blast from the right point, also a power play goal. And then this beautiful goal, Dimitra to Hanzus. The Slovakians are back, and it's 5-4.
Hard to believe 2 of those 4 goals on the power play. And our congratulations to Laura and Derek Reese, Blues season ticket holders. They had a baby boy on Monday, Jacob Arthur, arriving home in time for tonight's game. Hopefully the Blues can come back for the newborn. Get a point or 2 here. Here's Havanoff, a shot. That deflects wide. Here's Dimitra to Hest, a shot. Looked like it might have hit the side of the post. Knocked down behind the net. Barteshko working in front. Hest. Blues players all over the ice. At one point, they're all 3 forwards on the ice. Here's Dimitra with Jaskevich. Then Sundin gets the puck, and he'll clear it the length of the ice. Well, you talk about being on your heels. The team in white is desperately back on their heels as icing is called against Toronto with 4:22 to go in the third. Let's remind you about the big Legacy of Excellence show here on Fox Sports Net, Monday, December 25th. That's Christmas. You can log on to foxsports.com/midwest/legacy.sml and vote for the Blues, Cardinals, and Royals games that you would like to see on Christmas Day, the big holiday special, Legacy of Excellence.
Total panic by the Leafs right now, Kenny. This is supposed to be a team that brought in some veteran leadership, and they're not showing it right now. They had a 5-0 lead, and now they're just throwing the puck away all over the ice.
The shots in this period favor the Blues 10-3, and the Leafs can't clear. Here's Pronger, and a pass back out of the reach of Scott Young. McKinnis back. McKinnis and Pronger. Turgeon, Young, and Drake. So it's like a power play unit here for the Blues. They're down 5-4. Exactly 4 minutes to go in regulation. The Blues get the puck over to Young. A bouncing puck to contend with. Takes a shot, tipped wide by Turgeon. Drake behind the net. Drake into the corner. Here's Pronger. Thinking nothing but offense. And the pass eludes Drake. Now the Leafs. Roberts clears the puck out. Here's Al McKinnis. Blues trail at 5-4. Can they come back from a 5-0 deficit to force overtime? Tucker shoots the puck in.
But Kenny, with the Blues have to be careful here is not to get caught. It's a one-shot game right now, and there's no reason to really take a lot of chances. We get an opportunity to move in, go ahead, but don't be having both your defensemen get caught pinching.
Bad pass. Berezin has his stick lifted by Barteshko, who has had a very good game. Eastwood has Nash to the net. The shot blocked. Hill, and that shot blocked. Here's Nash, backhander. That's blocked. So the Leafs doing the right things. Now a penalty against Toronto. Havanoff, a shot to Hill. Joseph, great save to Rob Hill. Leafs touch the puck, and there'll be a penalty called against Toronto. So with 2:56 to go, down by just a goal, 5-4, the Blues have the man advantage.
Unbelievable again. The Leafs would panic again. And here's going to be a slashing call. You'll see here the arm was already up, and the Blues with an opportunity right there. A good shot by Sean Hill coming in off that right wing. And see the bench, the reaction. He knows right away there's Joel Quenneville calling for Brent Johnson to come to the bench so they can get the extra attacker out there. But you can see the player with no stick. That's the reason he has no stick is because he broke it with the slash. So the Blues with 2:56 now have an opportunity to score another power play goal and tie this game. Wow, would this be something, Kenny? We saw a 4-goal deficit disappear in LA, and now all of a sudden it could be a 5.
Well, when you're a good team, a great team that's destined, anything can happen.
You see there on the corner of your screen, you could see the slash, the stick broke. So the Blues again, Korolev in the box, the Blues on the power play.
Korolev slashing, 17:04. The Blues 2 for 5 in the power play with 6 of their 32 shots with a man advantage. Since Domi scored at 2:54 this period, it's been all Blues. The shot and a glove save by Joseph to rob Al McInnes. And the Blues just keep pouring it on.
You can just see the confidence that the Blues have. They're making all the right decisions now with the passes. Curtis Joseph, you can see he hurt his hand on that one. A hard shot by Al McInnes, but you look at the movement here, and then Al McInnes sneaking way over right in the top of your screen right there, and he's able to get this one through traffic. And again, good traffic by the Blues in front of the net. So it's been night and day the last 12 minutes of this hockey game, with the Blues now making the right decisions and the Leafs making all the wrong decisions.
Blues on the power play, and the puck shot the length of the ice by Dmitry Yushkevich.
Kenny, we can't forget that the Leafs are the #1 penalty killing unit in the National Hockey League. The Blues already with 2 goals tonight.
Yeah, that is a good point. The Leafs only one regulation loss at home in their last 10 games. They've had a lot of overtime games, and the Blues would like this to be another. Here's Al McInnes over to Pronger on the power play. Now to Hanzus with Dimitra and Hesh wooing the puck. Skips over Hesh's stick. McInnes moves in. The puck deflects off the glass and into the crowd. We're down to 2:07 to go in regulation play, and a minute 11 remaining in this Blues power play. Let's go take a look at things here. Al McInnes, another big night. His 5th goal, a power play goal. That got the Blues back to 5-3. Our Postnet.com fan poll: which skater has been the most impressive newcomer to the Blues this season? I don't think there's much question. Drake and Havanoff. Not to take anything away from the others, but Drake and Havanoff have been outstanding.
Absolutely, and you can see Lowe at 21%. He's done a great job with his job. You know, he knows what he has to do, and he's not afraid to back off on it. He had a fight against Domi tonight, and he's played very well. But Dallas Drake, that man right there, has been a great acquisition by Larry Plow.
There you see the shots on goal. 14-3 Blues. In this period, Pronger goes down. Blues have the power play. 2 minutes to go. Can they force overtime? Trailing by a goal. They were down 5-0. In front. Drake can't take the pass. Here's McInnes. Far corner for Young. Up and he fans. So Hoagland gets the puck. Clears it down the ice. Korolev has 45 seconds remaining in his penalty. The Leafs send out some fresh penalty killers. The Blues not worried about being fresh. They want their best players out. Corson intercepts. Corson on his backhand. Stopped by Pronger. Blues need to get the puck. And it comes loose. Here's McCabe, a shot. The save by Johnson, and Pronger swats the rebound wide, and McInnes takes over. A minute 18 to go, folks. Now Johnson heads towards the bench, doesn't get there. The Blues are changing. They have too many men on the ice. It's not called. Boy, the crowd counted it. It was easy to see. Too many men on the ice, but no call. 5-4 Toronto. 1 minute to go. A penalty to Korolev just about over. McInnes to the Dimitra, rather to the red line, shoots the puck in. Yushkevich hits Eastwood. Then around near side for Dimitra. Then Hesh to Dimitra. Can the Blues tie it? 44 seconds to go. Dimitra pass knocked away. Back for the puck. Eastwood. He'll backhand it into the corner. Here's Tyson Nash. He gets tripped. There'll be no penalties here, folks. Sundin in the corner. Hits Nash. Nash heads for the net. Leaves the puck. Eastwood a shot. That's blocked. Avalon shoots and scores. Unbelievable. Oh, baby. The Blues with 24.4 seconds remaining tie this game at 5 in one of the most dramatic comebacks in Blues history, and maybe in NHL history. Incredible.
Kenny, this is absolutely unbelievable. What more can we say? We said it in LA. This puck should have gone out, but Havanoff coming in with the extra attacker Johnson already on the bench. You just see the crowd in front of the net. Havanoff just roofed this. You saw it hit the back of the net there. And look at the reaction. You know what happened. But with how much? Let's see. 4 minutes and 51 seconds. The Blues scored the first goal to make it 5-1. And now it's 5-5, Kenny. That is absolutely unbelievable.
With 15:10 to go, the Blues were down 5-0. And now with 24 seconds to go, it's 5-5. And you know the rest of the story. Now the Leafs with the puck. Johnson back in the goal. Yuskevich shoots it in. And overtime is looming. The Leafs again have seen a lot of overtime lately. Blues clear the puck out. 13 seconds remaining. This is just a remarkable, unbelievable finish. 5 seconds to go. We're going to go to overtime. Well, this is one of the most amazing games I have ever seen. And we're going to overtime.
Kenny, I'm speechless. I mean, it's just unbelievable what can happen in a game. It takes 60 minutes, though.
Shots 34-25 in regulation. 5-5 the score. We're at Air Canada Centre in Toronto, and overtime is coming up next.
Well, the unlikely has now become the unbelievable, Kenny, especially after the Blues were not able to score on the power play.
Yeah, after McInnes and Pronger out there all that time, you figure, well, you know, a few seconds left, you've got no chance. They get the goal. Now you're going to overtime. And as a broadcaster, you come right back from commercial, they drop the puck, and you have to say, well, each team gets a point. Blues are happy they get a point. Remarkable. And you set the scene, usually the first 30 to 45 seconds of overtime. And guess what? Things happen awfully quickly. You know, I'm thinking, well, this will just be a so-so overtime. As well as the Blues play 4-on-4, Toronto will figure it out. They'll come out and just play conservatively, and they'll go for the tie, and maybe the Blues will get lucky. But you think that everything that's going to be accomplished by the Blues has already occurred.
Hope you didn't move to go out to the fridge if you're watching this game on Wednesday night. We'll pick it up in overtime now, 5-5 in Toronto.
We welcome you back. Joel Quenneville tells one story. Pat Quinn, Bernie tells the other.
It's so true, because about 15 minutes ago we saw the blood pressure the other way. There's now Pat Quinn with all the blood pressure. But here's the Blues goal. There's a curveball by Chris Pronger. Havanoff's first of 2 on the power play. Then another power play goal. This time it's going to be Al McInnes from the right point with the blast. That made it 5-3. A beautiful passing play. Dimitra to Hanzus, 5-4. And then with only 25 seconds left, Havanoff coming in, roofed it, and we're tied at 5. So an unbelievable, Kenny. I don't know if we want to call this the biggest comeback or the biggest collapse, but it's maybe a little bit of both.
Well, it is, and I would say go with one of the great comebacks that we've ever seen. Havanoff, the last goal at 1935, his second of the night, his third of the season from Dimitra and Hesh to tie it. Now the Leafs, in 3 of their last 5 home games, have been in overtime. Their record 1-1-3. The Blues undefeated in 4 overtime games. So overtime is not unusual to Toronto. 4 games ago at home, they lost in overtime to Philadelphia. So here we are. Both teams have a point. So the Blues are at 34 points. No matter what happens in front end, he scores! The Blues win it! It is an unbelievable finish. 6-5. 18 seconds into overtime. The Blues win it 6-5 on a goal by Jochen Hecht in a game that they were trailing 5-0 in with 15:10 to go. It has to be one of the greatest comebacks the Blues have ever had, and maybe one of the greatest comebacks ever in a National Hockey League game.
Kenny,
In fact, it matched the greatest comeback in the history of the National Hockey
Beat it by a second.
That's right. If you
Come
want to
on
be
now, it's the
technical
greatest of
about
all time.
I think we ought to go with that. The greatest comeback in NHL history.
It is.
it. Did the Blues win this, or did the Leafs blow it?
Well, Bernie alluded to it. It was a combination. I mean, at any turn there, the Leafs could have controlled the game. They took those 3 penalties in a row, 2 power play goals. I mean, look at all those passes they tried to make there in the first few seconds of overtime. Why in the world would you ever do that? It made no sense. And then on the other side, give the Blues a lot of credit. I mean, it was an old baby finish, and I'm telling you, I enjoyed it more watching it here the second time than I did actually being there live.
What does it say about the character of the Blues team to come back 4-0 and tie is enough to hang your hat on for a decade. And then to come back from 5-0 and win in overtime 6-5 shows this team doesn't quit and has a lot of grit.
Yeah, and a lot of pride, because they went out in the third period. You get down 5-0. If you get a goal or two, you pat yourself on the back and go home saying it was a bad game. But to come back and get 5 and put out that effort and let that talent flow and let Hecht win it there in that overtime, you know, it tells you that this is a team that could well win the Stanley Cup. And certainly that's what St. Louis Blues fans are hoping will happen, that this will be the year, all the way back to that first season, 67-68. They were in the finals early. The miracle game in 1986 in the third round. Blues haven't been back to the third round since 1986, and they're hoping that this will be the season.
And they've clearly bounced back from that first-round elimination last year.
Yeah, they're a great team. They were last season, and they are again this regular season. I talked to Dennis Potvin, who played some great years with the Islanders today, and he told me when I asked him about that, he said, you've got to prepare. It's the coaching. You have that failure one year, it'll help. There's every reason for everybody to be confident that the Blues will do well in the playoffs. It is not easy, though, to go round to round to round with teams trying to knock you off. But I think this game and the 4-4 tie in Los Angeles, with all the other wonderful performances, just go to show everybody that this is a terrific hockey team.
We got about 30 seconds left, and just one of the things that stuck out to me in this game, and I think is one of the Blues' strength. In past years, in a game like this, you would have said, well, how many did Hull have, or how many did Shanahan have? They did this without Turgeon getting a point, without Scott Young getting a point. This team is very deep.
Yeah, they are, and that's what's happened in recent games. The Slovakians have started to play better. Tyson Nash, you notice, played a big role late in that game. Havanoff has played a big role. You need depth. You need character, Dallas Drake, when you get into the playoffs. So that's all good signs adding up to a lot of success.
All right, Kenny Wilson, thanks a lot for dropping by. We had a lot of fun showing the replay. I'm glad you had a chance to watch it, and I'm glad you did too. I'm Rob Nicoleski.
And I'm Rob King. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tonight at 11.